stories have done nothing but define the true nature of your bestial belief system and of your deceptive nature, and deeply instill the true meaning of Christian love into the very hearts and souls of SIST's president, SIST's personnel, myself, and many others. Your intentions and motives behind your false reporting are proving you to be among the most vile creatures on the face of the earth. Your studies of Luther's works and your following of Luther's practices are helping you to become very good competition for the Church of Rome. Remember Germany? That was a Lutheran-controlled country also, just like Shawano County. You want to allege emotional and physical abuse? Let's talk about the constant death threats and the people that post horrendous comments to me on my YouTube channel under marvelous names like I Kill Ramas. Let's talk about 24/7 harassment and death threats against SIST personnel, many times in broad daylight at SIST headquarters. Let's talk about the gunshots. Let's talk about the bombing. Let's take a look at solid facts and realistic evidence of who it really is threatened, not your bogus, self-conceived, alleged list of implied threats. Do you not think that these kind of actions are considered to be both emotional and physical abuse? Do you not think that it's considered secretive or malicious that you cult members posing as city officials cover up your evil actions by somehow, quote, losing the police reports of many of these atrocities? Don't you think it raises many eyebrows when you attempt to force some of us to be quiet and just accept your intolerable behavior by filing lawsuits and serving injunction papers against a few of us that are going to speak out, and then attempt to prosecute us in your own homemade court systems? Do you not think it's a little twisted that you can let some religious Christian freak stand in the middle of the road in front of SIST property and say, quote, she was hoping this place wouldn't be here? Could it be that she is partly behind the bombing? After all, according to some of the documents I obtained, she is one of the people that filed phony reports with the sheriff department in an attempt to stir up the Shawano citizens against SIST president in 2002, around the time of the bombing. She also approached one of SIST's personnel and asked this woman to join your cult. Why would any human being who has something inside, known to mankind as morals and values, want to be a member of your brutal religious regime? Elena even called your cult a family. That's how tight this Looney Tunes relationship has become with Lorna Marquardt. I wonder what else goes on between the two of them. Many of your puppy training leaders' articles are being published on a website known by a medically classified antisocial thug by the name of Rick Ross. This master of deceit and media manipulation has the blood of many innocent people on his head. This crazed individual even brags about his crimes involving the Waco massacre. The true information about this monster can be found at religiousfreedomwatch.org. If the kind of behavior that you are displaying can be tolerated right here in the United States, how can we be an example to the rest of the world? Your religious cult groups are obviously not going into other countries for the peaceful reasons that they claim. Your religious extremist sects are not going there to feed the poor, care for the sick, and teach the unlearned. If that was really the motive behind their travels, they would first care for the 3.5 million homeless people, including 1.35 million homeless children right here in the United States. They're not going to care for the sick either. If they were really worried about the sick, they would first volunteer their services and money to the 45 million uninsured Americans who cannot afford health care. If they are really worried about education, they could also volunteer their services and money to educate the children of the 47% of American families who want to send their children to college but can't afford to do so. Your religious Christian cult groups obviously have ulterior motives, and the rest of the world needs to be aware. Your ultimate goal is to convert the whole world to your feral culture and belief system. Your motto is be converted or be killed. America especially needs to be warned. America is currently allowing tumors like your religious Christian sect to live and grow within her borders. And these tumors need to be eliminated before they engulf the whole country and it becomes too late to protect any part of our Constitution, especially our First Amendment rights. Your same type of malicious and brutal cult grew like a cancer in Germany and engulfed the whole entire European continent in its fury. The consequences of the actions perpetrated by the religious Christian Nazi cult will be felt even for the rest of our lifetimes on the face of this earth. The descendants of those who perished in the gas chambers through starvation, disease, and war forever will remember these horrible atrocities. We cannot let America become the next Germany. We need to pull this ferocious weed out by its root before it becomes a tree whose branches smother this great nation in oppression, poverty, and war. We cannot let America become the next country known to mankind as a country who allowed these religious Christian extremist cults, like your Lorna Marquardt cult, to take over and force all of its inhabitants to bow down to your perverted ways. We cannot let our country be destroyed by erasing the Constitution as we know it and replacing it with your malicious Christian cult leaders' one-line Constitution that says be converted or be killed. I'm sorry if what I'm saying bothers you, but while it's bothering you, think of the many times you have bothered SIST personnel and damaged SIST property. In any event, if this does bother you, here is one individual who could not care less.